A local author is releasing a new book, re-releasing a great read, and now also helping others get their books published. Tracy Gillis.
Yep.
And Linda Shep. Okay. Mother-daughter team here.
Yep.
Join us to talk about their books and careers and an event.
Yes.
So all of the things we were talking about.
Yes.
So you're both authors now.
Yes.
But tell us a little bit about how you got
how we got started,
and what kind of books do you write?
Yes. Well, it's really crazy. I kind of gotten into like 2 or 3 different genres, so I've had to take on different names like T.L. York and Taylor Knight, just to make sure that the children's book that know that that's T.L. York, and the people who like science fiction and thrillers and like natural disaster stuff knows that that's Taylor Knight.
Okay.
Because you don't want your 4-year-old to read about a natural disaster.
Sure, right.
And so it started with this book. And she helped me to illustrate it, and the illustrations in this thing are amazing.
Yeah, I was looking at some earlier, and
yeah, it's just
very detailed.
Very detailed, and it's got 3 different endings to it, which the kids love. So it's kind of like a create your own ending type of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's got a fairyland forest. But anyway, she did most of the work in this book because you can tell I wrote it, but. Yeah, the pictures are what makes this book. And it's a going to sleep book, helps your kids to go to sleep at night.
Okay.
So that's our big seller because everybody wants their kids to sleep well.
Yeah, so Linda, you were doing the illustrations and then something sparked an idea that you should write your own book.
Correct.
Is that
I used to tell my 3 grandkids stories at night, and Allison, the oldest child, said, "Grandma, tell me about when you were little." And so as I would rub their backs and tickle their backs, I would tell them a story about when I was little. Well, that was back in the 40s and 50s. So a lot like Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Right. Well,
yeah.
And I think, kids are so curious and they love hearing those stories. I know our girls love hearing about when Grandma went to school.
Right.
And what it was like.
So I wanted to keep a record of their stories and illustrate that so they have a record of it.
Wonderful. And Tracy, you have your own production company now.
I do, yes. I produced my last book, Universe, by Taylor Knight.
Okay.
And then I also produced her book, Linda Stories, by Linda Shep. So, and I'm also very open to helping other authors or people that want to get their ideas in their memoirs, or they had a story that they wanted to tell, or or something that's just in them that they just want to get out into the world.
Share.
I want to help them to make those dreams come true. And they can get a hold of me at reallyloveyourlife@gmail.com. And we can have a conversation and
how about a
find
cookbook?
out.
Can you help me with a cookbook? Because that's my thing. I want to do a cookbook, but it's very
and
overwhelming
just how
for
to
people.
organize your day. I mean, honestly, it's about organizing and getting into new routines. I did go to something in Hollywood where I talked to one of the guys that wrote Lethal Weapon.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
yeah.
he gave some. So I'll share that information with people too if they want to learn how to create a book.
I'm still doing Christmas shopping, so who on my Christmas list might, because you have different books.
Oh yes.
And both of you.
Yes.
Who might these be a good fit for?
Okay, so this one is actually a Mermaid's Tail. That's for anybody who loves mermaids and magic.
And when is this coming out?
That is coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, good.
And this book is getting a facelift. And she did the illustrations in here too.
The Boy and the Magical
Shell. And it's getting a facelift, and it's getting changed to
and so these are good for
a
kids,
Mermaid's
you
Tail.
said?
Yes.
Like what
So
ages?
this is a chapter book for
Okay.
second grade, second grade all the way up to
Middle
junior
school,
high, high
junior
school.
high, yes.
Yep. This one's coming out soon too. Sinister. This one is for the psychological paranormal thriller people.
Ooh, okay.
And then
I might get too
Taylor
scared.
Knight is for your science fiction or your adventure thriller. Natural disaster people that like those, like the movie 2012, like people they'll like that. And then Linda Stories is for Grandma and Grandpa. Honestly, we have found when we are talking to people, grandparents love reading about these, and they laugh and they can't put it down because it reminds them of their own childhood.
Sure. Oh, that's great.
And then it's also a fun one to read to your grandkids because they're short stories.
Sure.
Right.
And there's like 40 pictures in here.
Oh wow!
A ton of pictures. All by her, yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to miss it. You guys have an event coming up. We only have a little bit of time left.
Yep.
So let's talk about that
that's
event.
tomorrow at Ferguson Books in West Fargo from 11 till 2.
Excellent. And you could sign our book if you wanted, right?
Yep, and make it out to whoever you'd like.
And then how do people contact you to find all your other books if they can't make it to the event?
Go to www.yorkproductionsllc.com.
Excellent. And I know we have a graphic up so people can
Yep,
check that all out.
yorkproductionsllc.com. And you can also go to get a hold of me, like I said, at Really Love Your Life, or you can follow me on Instagram at Tracy G from the Heart, even.
Okay,
or
so,
Facebook at York Productions LLC. So I got all sorts of things.
All the places.
All the places.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, and congratulations on all this.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
Yeah, this one's
you.
coming out next year. So yeah, there's a lot coming out. So yeah, make sure you
Check
get
up with
yeah,
you. Yeah.
Yes.
contact me. I'll
Thank
let you
you.
know.
Coming up on today's show, we have your daily dose of motivation.